What's up, everybody? This is Maximilian. I'm so sorry it's been a while since I put one of these up last, but I've been sick for the past few days, so I really think I have a legitimate excuse for it. I don't know what happened. I just kind of woke up one morning with a really bad fever, chills, body aches, the whole shebang, and it's just been pretty bad over the last 2 days. It was just some kind of bug, I don't know. But right now, there's just something weird going around campus. It just generally happens when the school year starts. Some kind of plague starts up, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just gotta hope for the best. And it's not like I didn't try to stay healthy. Like, I wash my hands constantly. I drank orange juice every day. Just, I don't know. I was one of those unlucky people. Well, I guess it also didn't help that two of my roommates were also kind of sick. So, I mean, it was basically a recipe for disaster. But nonetheless, we're back. And today we are going to get a few coins in the casino because there's a ton of them laying around the floor, so I figured I'd go ahead and map those out for you. I'm probably going to buy a couple more coins in the future because I think I'm going to get a Dratini while I'm here. I just like to get that out of the way so I can start raising it because it's one of the more fun Pokemon to raise in the game. That's just my opinion. And right now, since Dragonite is basically crushing the polls, I basically need to get a jump on that before it gets way out of hand. So, on another note, we will be getting through the gym leader Erica in this episode, so this will be an official poll here. Go ahead and comment for your Elite Four favorite. If you are new to this channel, because I know some of you have subscribed since the last time I put one of these out, but if you are new, what I've been doing for every time that I've been battling a gym leader is I've been asking you to vote for your favorite Pokemon that you'd like to see in the Elite Four. I have 2 slots that are going to be taken by Mew and by Charizard once he evolves into Charizard, but the other 4 slots are completely up for grabs. So just vote for your favorite Pokemon that you want to see me fight with in the Elite Four, and the top 4 who get the most votes are going to be the ones that I use come that time. And right now, the top 2 are easily Dragonite and Gyarados. So if you really want to see those guys, keep voting for them. But if you want to see someone else, then vote for them. It's been quite diverse lately. Aside from those 2, it's actually very spread out. It's basically up for grabs. So go for it. That's your little reminder. I just started playing Modern Warfare 2 again recently. I didn't really have a very accessible place to play Xbox Live at my house. And I don't know, I just had other stuff going on this summer, so I just never really got around to it. But that game is fun. I remember playing a lot with Mercadurko whenever we get in parties. That's just the best way to play Modern Warfare 2. See if you can find at least 3 or 4 of your friends. If not, try and get a full party of 6, and just go ahead and play the Mosh Pit lobby. Or if they don't have that anymore, just go ahead and start playing objective-based games like Demolition, Search and Destroy, Domination. When you have a full team of people that you know, it's just so much more enjoyable. Even when you suck, or just have an absolutely terrible round, and you're off your game, it's still amazingly fun to play. You could care less as what happens when you're playing with people.
It's okay, that's right.
I honestly think it's so much more enjoyable. Sorry guys, my roommates are getting ready to go to bed. I got some army roommates who need to wake up at 5 in the morning tomorrow. So, yeah, they may be interrupting, but that's okay. I'm just trying to find some kind of quiet time to record this, and this is the best time possible, which is late at night. So, you may have to get used to that in the near future. But, on the note of Modern Warfare 2, and for pretty much any other Call of Duty game or first-person shooter, always play in a party. It's just infinitely better. And it's always more enjoyable when you play with a group. You find yourself getting a lot less frustrated for some reason. I don't know why, but I guess you do enjoy the fact that when you're someone else in your team does better, you kind of share that joy that they do, that experience that they have in getting a good game. It's really, really fun. But Halo Reach is coming out in about 2 weeks, and I know for a fact that I'm not the biggest Halo guy, but I know that a lot of guys in the house I live in are, and a lot of them are my roommates. So I went ahead and pre-ordered a copy because I knew we were going to be playing it a lot. So I just went ahead and bought it, and I'm really not terribly impressed with it, but it's a great social interaction kind of thing. And I just figured, well, what better thing to do than have something to bring people together in the house? Because it's really, video games I find are just a lot more fun when you don't play on your own. Playing with people is always way more fun. That, and I like the aspect of Halo, which is one thing that the developers at Bungie got right, was that they allowed you to play with guests on your Xbox Live account. I really don't know why Infinity Ward won't allow that, or any of the Call of Duty franchises don't allow for that. But it's such a buzzkill when you try to get people together playing. And same with the System Link. The fact that you can't co-op on campaign or System Link with more than one person on an Xbox is just absolutely terrible. I really hope that's something that Black Ops fixes when it comes out. Although I highly doubt that it will, just because it's kind of been a trend for the past few years, or since all the games have been out. I'm actually not terribly optimistic about Black Ops. I know a lot of people are very excited about it, but there's always just this looming thought in my mind of how could Treyarch possibly screw this one up? Because Treyarch has just had this history of absolutely destroying Call of Duty games. It basically started with Call of Duty 3, which was an absolute pile of horse dung. Like, there was absolutely no redeeming aspect to that game. The gameplay was horrible. Half the maps were so dark that you couldn't see where you were going. It was just a disaster, an absolute disaster. And then Infinity Ward just kind of took off the Call of Duty series with Modern Warfare. That's basically what put it on the map, because before that it was kind of just this random first-person shooter basking in the shadow of the Halo franchise. But now, and then a couple of years later, Treyarch came out with World at War, which was supposed to be their kind of like redemption game, which is essentially the Modern Warfare engine, but in a World War II setting. And I honestly say, aside from Nazi zombies, that game was a miserable failure. The campaign was atrocious. The multiplayer was awful. The gun selection was terrible. There was just nothing good about that game. I really hated the fact that every rifle was basically the same. And I really hated that whenever you go online, everybody would be using an MP40 with Juggernaut. It was just really stupid that one class dominated all of Xbox Live and there was just nothing you could do about it. Nazi Zombies was amazing, don't get me wrong. I honestly think that game is worth buying just for Nazi Zombies. I probably wouldn't pay the full retail price for it, but since you can get it for like $20 now, it's totally worth it. Nazi Zombies was amazing. That was the one thing they got right. And I hear that they're putting some kind of a Horde mode variant in Black Ops, so at least it'll have that redeeming quality. But as far as Call of Duty game development has gone, Treyarch has just absolutely failed at it. Miserably failed. I don't know why they can't seem to put out a decent game, because like Infinity Ward has just been crushing them. And don't get me wrong, Infinity Ward is not perfect. They have their flaws in everything they do, but they seem to consistently put out better games than Treyarch does. Oh well, I could be wrong. I'm basically waiting for Mercadurka to pre-order his, and I'll ask him if it's good, because I trust his verdict on video games. If he says it's good, it's generally good. He hasn't steered me wrong yet. But I am going to wait for him to tell me if that game's any good before I buy it. I'm not going to pre-order it. Some of you will, so when I do post a commentary or so, once that game comes out, let me know what you think about it. Let me know what kind of guns you enjoy the most, what things you don't like, what things you think are unfair and need to be fixed. Because any stage when a game first comes out, it's going to be glitchy, things are going to go wrong, someone's going to find something to abuse. You know how it works. So just give me some feedback on that, and that'd be great for me. Because I really don't want to spend $60 on a paperweight. I'm pretty sure none of us would. But on to the Pokemon aspect of this. We're fighting in a Grass-type gym, and I would have to say that these are the most annoying Pokemon ever. Not necessarily because they're hard, but because for some reason every grass Pokemon imaginable has some kind of way to alter your Pokemon's status. I.e. poisoning them, paralyzing them, or putting them to sleep, you know, that kind of thing. It's just so freaking dumb. I mean, it's not quite the same as rap, but it's almost on par with that. I absolutely hated that. Like, this thing is not necessarily difficult to get through, but it's just a pain to have to deal with that constantly. Like, I'm sick of walking back to the Pokemon Center every time I battle somebody because every Pokemon I knew had sleep powder. It was just stupid. But on the bright side, I don't know of any other gyms that will have to deal with this kind of thing anymore. Maybe Koga, just because he has a lot of poison Pokemon, but that's not nearly as bad as having to deal with multiple ones. And it doesn't happen nearly as often because the majority of their moves aren't dedicated at altering statuses. They just happen to go upon that by chance. So, I'm just getting past this as soon as possible and then we can move on. After this, we're going to go to Lavender Town and go in the Pokemon Tower because we get a Silph Scope now, if you remember. And we're going to get through there and rescue that old little man, whatever his name was. And we're going to get a Pokeflute. Then that will enable us to go to the rest of the areas of the game and in turn complete our mission, do whatever we need to do. And after I get through Celadon City and go through your Pokemon Tower, we can start Ditto glitching, and I can show you guys how to do that. I believe I'm probably going to do it fairly soon. I may even do it before I go to the Pokemon Tower, just because I need to duplicate those nuggets so I can sell them and get coins for Jatini. I don't think that's going out of the way for missing no glitches, right? I mean, it's not like I'm rare candying it, I'm just buying it. I don't know. I think it's fair. Besides, you're not the one who's putting this out, I am. I think I had the final say on this, wouldn't you think? But we're getting close to fighting Erica. And her Pokemon really aren't that great. I kind of imagine them being a lot more difficult than they were. Maybe it's just because I don't remember exactly what levels their Pokemon were, but I don't know. It was incredibly easy. I guess it's because grass Pokemon are inherently weak because they really don't take a lot of experience to raise, so it kind of makes sense that they wouldn't be very strong. But after this, I'm not sure who will fight next as far as gyms are concerned. I'm guessing we'll go with Koga just because he's technically next in line. Although I think we could venture up to Saffron for a while and just mosey around there. Maybe fight Sabrina. You may have to level grind it a little more because I think there's a slight level difference between Koga and hers, although we could probably manage either one if we really wanted to. That's just something to be thinking about. Let me think here. I know I was going to mention something specific, and I've just completely forgotten what it was. This may happen on occasion, because if I haven't mentioned this before, I do this completely on the fly. I have absolutely no notes in front of me. It's just basically an impromptu speaking exercise. So, this is just basically off the top of my head as we're going, and hopefully I'll think of it. But, oh, I remembered something. I haven't looked for this personally myself, but do you know of anybody who's actually gone through all of the weapons on Modern Warfare 2 and has actually done like a damage test for all of them? Like, basically put somebody at or some kind of a target at a set distance, and then gone through how many bullets it would take to get a kill versus stopping power or no stopping power for each gun. Because I see a lot of people using weird guns with weird perk sets. Like, I always see, for some reason, whenever I see tack knifers, a lot of them are carrying the ACRs. And I don't know why you'd ever use an ACR with lightweight, since it's a very weak gun to begin with. But maybe it's because it doesn't actually take any fewer bullets with stopping power than it does with it. So, maybe somebody's done some kind of walkthrough with the guns like that. I don't know. But I think that'd be something cool to demo. Maybe I could talk to Mirka about that, and he'll put it on his channel. We'll see about that. But this commentary is coming to an end, so thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient. I'm going to put one of these up in the near future, but until then, I will see you guys later.